a sinner, left my lover crying on the dance floor. I'm a sinner, I'm a sinner.
Hello and welcome back to I Wani Hug a Gator. My fingers locked together to form a makeshift seat for her behind me. With my passenger secured, I make a beeline for the bench, lest I get caught up in what I feel pressing against my back. She lets herself drop onto the bench, uncaring for her landing. Taking a page from the Book of Olivia, I also drop uncaringly next to her, just glad to have some shelter from the increasing snowfall. So here we are, mission accomplished for Olivia. Now what? My curiosity compels me to ask Olivia something. If you don't mind me asking, what did you wish for? I don't think you can tell somebody what you wish for or else it won't come true. So the superstitious side of myself says that she has a fair point, so I decide not to push her any further on it. Just curious is all. We continue relaxing in a comfortable silence. I mean, I don't mind telling you if you tell me yours. I guess that's only fair. What did I wish for just now? It's hard to put into words, not something specific, rather a feeling that I keep coming back to. Back before I came to this school, I would have wished for more friends or a successful future, or to take back something embarrassing from the past. But now that I think about it, I didn't need to make a wish. That's too vague. I know, but I don't know how else to put it. Come on, at least try. My best memories from the past few months. This, being outside in the freezing cold. No, not that. What do you mean then? I struggle to find the words without making myself sound stupid. You know, we've hung out a lot together, but it's not often that it's just the two of us. Just us? Yeah, that doesn't happen a lot. I wished it was something like that more often. The baryonyx's eyes go wide. Shoot, maybe that came across too weird? I mean, I just want to get closer to you, you know? I watch the beginnings of a blush form across Olivia's cheeks. Wait. I don't mean it like that. I want to get to know you better. She glances away, laughing nervously as her tone changes drastically. Yeah, I understand, totally. I breathe a silent sigh of relief. You want to know what I wish for? If you don't want to share, you don't have to. No, I asked for yours, it's only fair. I wished to know what I want to wish for. I glance across the bench towards her. I can't make sense of anything right now. I want today to be over, frozen, and to have never happened all at once. I want Lanacan back, but I don't want to just replace him with someone else. It's too late to start all over again. She stops to wipe her eyes, but they're already dry. It's all I ever wanted was to be someone he would be proud of. But it just feels impossible. She looks away. I ended up picking something lame, sorry. What's that? Olivia's still looking away, so while I can hear her hesitation, I can't tell what she's thinking. I threw that coin, and out of everything racing in my mind, the one thought that stuck out the most was just... She chews on her lip in contemplation for a moment, and when she's finally continued, her voice is soft as a whisper. I want somebody I can trust. I feel my face heat up from her words and her tone. Even with her head turned, I notice the red flush creeping over Olivia's face, too. I instinctively jerk my head the other direction. Shoot, what do I do now? We're both sitting motionless, neither daring to say a word. I listen closely. I feel like I can hear her heartbeat from here. She can probably hear mine as well. I don't even notice the cold anymore. Maybe we can just stay like this for a few weeks? Nah, don't be ridiculous. You need to tell her how you feel. I clear my throat, searching for words that wouldn't come. She just said she wanted somebody to trust. I mean, you can trust me. I hear shuffling from Olivia. Damn it! I can't work up the nerve to turn my head towards her. My neck feels like a rusted hinge as I try to disobey my body and look at her through my peripheral. Do you trust me? Despite my words, she nods her head vigorously, the blush growing dangerously bright. Well, I shift my body towards her on the bench. I trust you too. Suddenly, she shakes her head a bit to bring herself back to reality. Maybe I can be honest with you then. You're silly and you're ridiculous. Maybe a little over optimistic. You are thoughtful and adventurous, and you're willing to take me with you. Why the fuck did my Discord just do a pop-up? What the fuck? You're thoughtful, adventurous. Okay, I did that. You don't treat me any differently for this stupid thing. I hope to God that did not show up in the recording. If it did, there's going to be an angry supporter in the Discord. She lightly hits the armrest of the bench. I guess I stopped noticing it at some point. Well, yeah, I mean, obviously you're like... So many words dance on the tip of my tongue. Like... My mouth and brain are at standstills, one wanting to just blurt whatever while the other keeps it all in and disseminates it in a thoughtful manner. What comes out is... blah, blah. Furious snorts rip from the Gator girl's nose, followed by peals of laughter. Out of the embarrassed shame, I cover my mouth with my hands. What was that? I curse my nerves as I try to protest her continued guttural guffaws. Come on, Olivia, I'm really trying! Snowflakes that manage to still land on me melt away from the extreme heat radiating from my whole body. Olivia acquiesced, though, drawing back into a very smug grin. Okay, take two and go. My head's temperature finally drops from core of the sun to a more manageable volcano. Thanks, jerk. Seeing the small quirk on her own lips, I can't stop a smile from growing on my face. I guess, be honest with her and yourself. Honest. At the very start, I thought you were just out of it. What? You almost ran me over in the hallway. Oh. She frowns and looks away. Sorry. And then you tried to get my seat moved. Sorry. And the claw thing today? Not sorry about that. I figured. And you used to be hard to talk to. I felt awkward every time I'd even try. Like, thank Raptor Jesus for Damian and Liz, because otherwise I wouldn't have gotten to know the real you. Olivia's wringing her claw fingers together. And what do you think of the real me? She's easily the most caring person I've ever known. I mean, yeah, she can still be a little selfish, but that doesn't think ahead sometimes. But when she cares for something, she just has to do everything she possibly can for whatever it is. Is that what you think? Yeah, I think you're quite caring and passionate and what? And I know Mr. Latican saw that in you too. Olivia's eyes water at the mention of our mentor. Thank you, Inko. Now's the time, Inko. Just say it. Hey, Inko. Say it. Do you, like me? Yes? Why does talking have to be so hard? I prepare for Olivia's smug one-liner to crush my weak confession. Instead, I watch as Olivia brings her hood up and hides her eyes with it. Really? For some reason, seeing her like this fills me with a well of confidence. Yeah. Can I hear you say it? I like you, Olivia. I don't get how. Her hood peels away just enough so that I can see her shimmering silver eyes. Why would you like someone like me? Well, I like you too. Oh, she got little slippers on. Olivia brings her legs to her chest, holding her limbs tightly to her. She brings her hoodie's hem over her legs, transforming herself into a crocodile-shaped igloo. An Olivigaloo. Slippers was a bad idea. Oh crap, you okay? Fine, just call someone. I cough awkwardly and get my phone out to call Liz. Hello, Inko, is that you? Aren't you supposed to be in class right now? Scalar let Olivia and I out early. Oh, okay. I was told about Professor Latican. I hope you're doing okay. Yeah, I'm alright. I'm with Olivia by that old park by the school. Her chair is busted and we're kind of stuck. There's a keen whine from the bundled crocodile next to me, her tail wrapped around her as if to hug herself. Broke? In this weather? Are you two okay? We're fine. Can you come pick us up? Sure. I think I remember where that is. I'm with Principal Scalar right now. Once we're finished, I can get you two on the way home. Thanks. After some shuffling, the call drops. I turn back to Olivia. She seems more anxious than anything else right now. You alright? Yeah, I'll be okay. Some stovepipe maw from the Olivigaloo chatters quietly in the cold. My concern finally takes hold, forcing me to finally close the gap between us. She said the chair had no replacement. It'll take a while for a new one to come in. That means she'll be trapped at home, completely sealed off from the outside. And the beginning of Olivia's annoyed protest die of exposure, becoming a grumbling acceptance as I wrap my arms around her shivering form. You're lucky you're warm, Inko. Yeah, I definitely feel like it, as her body shifts and nestles closer against mine. Olivia's tail lays on my lap, the shivering reverberating through it the most. I lay my palm atop it, feeling the cold limbs shaking slowly still. Some long-distance trivia about limbs losing heat the fastest springs to my mind, and in the hopes of keeping frostbite away, I pet the heavy tail. As I do so, I hear the silliest sound rumbling from Olivia's chest through the rest of her. It's like a purring cat almost. There's a new sensation on my cheeks now, soft and warm. Her lips are planted firmly on my cheek, and this feels nice. As I continue to warm her tail for her, I feel her warm lips press more and more against my cheek. I don't know if kisses are supposed to go this long, but this wet, and now the lips are moving and some pointy thing are there, and that's her teeth. Olivia instantly lets go of my cheek from her non-lethal bite. Oh fuck, sorry. I'm new to this and I'm nervous. It's okay, really. I put my hand on my cheek to feel the damage. I feel the indent of her fangs, but nothing serious. I almost even start falling asleep before we hear a car pull up from the bottom of the hill. Olivia perks up and leans forward to try and see who it is. A few seconds later, Liz's head rises above the stairs, scanning like a submarine periscope. Crap, it's gonna be tough getting all the way back down, even with Liz's help. I look back to smile at Olivia, still huddled against herself and clinging to my arm. You ready? Today seemed to drag on endlessly. Liz's arrival had ended our embrace, and she had quite the dour look on her face. She said she'd been in a meeting with the principal, and I could only imagine how the faculty and student council were reacting to Latican's passing. Her mood seemed to lift a little, at least when she saw Olivia and I both huddled together beneath a tree. Olivia's mood, on the other hand, plummeted. Probably from the way Liz and I had carried her to the car. The ride to the Payne house had been silent, save for when Olivia's grumbles and embarrassment. Think I'd be in a similar mood if I was treated like a sack of potatoes, but then again, how else were we supposed to carry her? I should suggest more leg workouts to Coach Sully. Just in case. Damian and Randy were waiting for us at the curb, the older man looking over Olivia with worry. When your friends told us, Soph and I were besides ourselves. I'm fine, Randy just... Randy didn't really hear her, as the instant the car door opened, her legal guardian pulled her up into one hell of a bear hug. Come on, I'll get you kids some hot cocoa. Cocoa. Fuck, why did I... Really? That's the word I messed up? Cocoa. Damian watched with a small smile of relief as his father hauled her over by the shoulder and marched into his home. You guys want to stick around? Vinny's still in school, so we'll have the consoles to ourselves. It's still pretty early, all things considered. Sure, I'd love some hot chocolate right now. Liz? I'd like to, really, but the council still needs to prepare the arrangements for Latican's. Well, you know. Maybe I'll come by after if I can. Alright then. Well, if you do, I'll make sure there's some cocoa left. Appreciate it. With that, Liz drove off down the street. Come on, let's head inside before we turn into popsicles. Settling into the well-worn couch, I notice a distinct lack of the baryonyx. Where's Olivia? Randy chimes in from the kitchen, busying himself with an old-fashioned kettle. She wanted to rest on her bed for now, boys. Give her some time. No one can resist hot cocoa during weather like this, especially how I make it. Never had homebrewed hot chocolate, but if it's anything like his cooking, then it must be something good. After a few minutes, Randy came out with a tray. Here you guys go. He passes around the Christmas-themed mugs, labeled with the family's names, and leaves the last one atop a nearby drawer. You're gonna have to be Vinny for a bit. You cool with that? Yeah, thanks, Randy. Man, you look cold. Were you out there long? It's true, by now the snow on my jacket melted and my clothes are chilly and soaked. Feel free to take a load off until you warm up. I'll be in my bedroom resting. Holla if you need anything else. He gives Damian a pat on the back and leaves. The mug is hot to the touch, but it's welcoming feeling to warm up my icy fingers. I take a moment to... almost dropped my drink. I take a moment to gently blow air on the beverage to cool it down before moving it to my lips. Yeah, it's pretty good. Damian is chugging his. He finishes the swig and sets the glass down. That must have been half of it in one go. Well, there's multiple ways to enjoy anything. After today's events, the weather, I really needed this. Another sip. It really is helping me warm up. I didn't even notice how cold I was. Hey, Vinny. Yeah? You good? I'm holding it together, yeah. Still a bit scattered. I don't blame you. Hey, Pops don't want you venturing back into the tundra out there. Like you up for a game or something? He judges the entertainment setup. No, but go ahead, I'll watch. Damian thinks for a second, a few gears in his head turning in conflict. Really, I don't mind. Alright, I'll set up then. Damian set his game up, searching several mismatched cases for the right CD and giving the screen a good thump to make it work properly. Grabbing a controller, he turns on the Xbox One, selects something called Rock Ring ODHG, and then settles deep into his groove on the couch. This is one of my favorites in the series. After a few minutes or two of gathering in the full lobby, the Dilofo Spino Dino picks up his class and begins his virtual rampage. Only a minute in and he manages to get the first kill. I'm just a bit burnt out for today, getting pretty tired actually. Hey, Inko. Yeah? Olivia didn't come back with her wheelchair. Did something happen? Yeah, she isn't taking Latican's passing well. Again, I'm still getting over being sick, so I know I'm not doing Damian right. Man. Well, I'm glad you were there for her. My eyes remain on the screen, lost in the vibrant violence as some in-game announcer proclaims Damian's digital massacre. On his part, Damian's frills waver like crazy, and it looks as if his arms also wanted to wave in victory. You want to talk about it? I don't want to take up your time, Damian. Come on, man. We've known each other for a while. You can be honest with me. Not sure where to begin, really. Latican was really cool. I don't really have the right words for it. Somehow, I think I'm unqualified to speak on it, compared to Olivia. She knew him better than I ever did. He was important to her, yeah. We talked about it for a bit before Liz picked this up, but I'm worried I'm not much help. Well, that's what we're here for, right? To help her out in any way we can. Best thing to do is to be ourselves for her, and she'll eventually go through the motions her own way. Yeah, that makes a surprisingly amount of sense. I slowly pick up my own mug. I slowly look up from my mug. Try to. I slowly look up from my mug over to Damian. And you make it sound so easy, too. He briefly meets my gaze before returning his attention to the screen. I know I'm not the smartest guy around, but I do know Olivia. We don't share parents, but she's still my older sister. Older sister? Her birthday's first, And knowing Olivia, she'll be able to manage. But how are you managing? Me? Trying to sort the maelstrom of emotions running rampant in my head? Overwhelmed, I guess. I wish I'd gotten to learn more from him. Olivia could probably recite some of his lessons by heart. She probably could. I remember the first time she got to work with some special paint in his class, she was just ecstatic. She came home a mess, covered all over with blues and greens, leaving tracks behind wherever she went. When Mom saw her carpet vandalized, she threw her right in the backyard and hosed her off. I ended up joining in because it looked fun. Eyeing the hallway leading to her room, a part of me wants to see if she's alright. That part simply wants to be closer to her again. Damian looks back again, an unspoken question clearly written across his arched eyebrows. What about Olivia and you? Speaking of, I maybe have told Olivia that I like her. About time. Huh? What? You two stuck together like glue ever since the summer barbecue. I mean, come on now. Anyone with half a brain could see that you were becoming more than friends. All the signs were there. Although it does worry me a little. Why's that? Well, think about it. Your teacher just passed away. You're both wrecks right now. What if it's just a suspension bridge thing? I don't know, man. It only just happened. You're right. Sorry. I do like Olivia. I know that. I guess I'm just a little scared of the future. How so? There's a bunch of things I still don't get about Olivia, or maybe friendship in general. When I first arrived at St. Hammond, I never really had any friends like you guys. So to suddenly be involved in all of this, I don't know. Think I get it, yeah. Things can be a little dramatic around here. One way to put it. What's so different about your old friends? Never really had any. Well, that's not true. I had friends, but they were like day friends, you know? Classmate friends, yeah, I got a bunch. And your folks constantly moving means they only ever lasted like a year to tops. Yeah. Am I a day friend? No way! You came to our parties and everything. In fact, look. He points to the subtle discolored patch on my jeans where Vinny's acid punch had failed to completely wash off. We got you marked. Thanks, it means more than you know. To be honest, I always had a good feeling about you. Thought you'd be a decent addition to the group, but to see Olivia actually start opening up around you 2 months ago, that was unthinkable. All those years I was trying alone, you know? Made it all worthwhile, not to take credit or anything. I'm just really glad to see her happy after so long. Moments of Olivia and I together flash into my head. Good, bad, and everything in between. It all culminates, whatever, into a single image of her staring up at me with that smile of hers. Me too. Hard to believe that she's been dealing with so much inside when I first met her. Yeah, well, Inko, some people just have a lot of problems they hide from the world. For example, he puts the controller down and shifts to look me in the eye. His character is instantly sniped. That hot chocolate gave me a tummy ache. I'm being serious. That was serious. It can be little things like that. Little stresses that add up. Now it doesn't bother me, but someone else? It might just about ruin them. If you're trying to get with Olivia, and I'll give you a nickel's worth of advice from my dad told me. Like, if a girl you like asks to wear your shirt at 2 a.m. and to bake cookies, she's an absolute keeper. That's some pretty good advice. Just don't break her heart, yeah? Wouldn't dare to think of it. Damian offers me a fist bump, to which I happily reciprocate. The door creaks open. Both our heads turn back to the sound. She kneels in the doorway of her room, leaning against the side railing. Damian nods to me and continues his game. The ambient gunfire and controller clicking fills the silence. I take the hint and stand up, slowly approaching Olivia as she tries to shuffle down the hallway. She's completely upright in a display of pure confidence. Even her tail is upright, as if to amplify her dignity. I'll have to tell her how cute that is when I'm not so drained. I wordlessly offer her a hand and she accepts. Then, with her on my shoulder, I walk the both of us towards the living room couch and plop down on it with her. Oh, here. I lean forward and grab her cocoa from the coffee table. Most of the warmth is gone by now. Guess I can go warm it up in the microwave for her. She's tugging my arm. Come on, it's cold. She starts to lean harder against me to keep me from getting up all the way. All right, geez. I give her the mug and she goes to take a sip instantly. I was going to warm. My voice dies as I feel her settle against my legs with a relaxed hum. Her body relaxes more and I'm allowed to sit up enough for her to settle into my shoulder. She's warm. The two of us watch Damian's game continue. Olivia continues sipping her drink, letting one hand free from the mug. Her hand finds its way to mine, and our fingers curl around each other's. Damian plays a few more games. I don't really keep track of how well he does. He finishes one last match and yawns, stretching back over the couch. Alright, that's probably enough for me. I'm gonna get going, give you two some space. Okay. Damian gets up from the couch and slides his controller near the cabinet where it lied before. On his way out, he stops looking into my eyes. Hey, keep things chill, man. Don't do anything stupid, alright? Yeah. He nods and heads off to the depths of the house. And just like that, it's quiet once more. Is she asleep? Hey. I don't think you've seen my room before, have you? Not at all. Would you want to see it? I'd love to. I watch her blush. Am I getting good at this? Okay, just walk me there. I like her shirt. Similar to before, I help Olivia off the couch and we shuffle our way towards her room. Wow. I'm not sure what I was expecting Olivia's room to look like, but I'm surprised. It's the air that hits me first. The strange mix of heavy fake floral candle trying its best to cover the almost nostalgic scent of art supplies. Band posters, a painting of dinosaurs covered a lot of her wall space, like the room is her own personal canvas. Her desk sat beneath the window again. What space wasn't covered by the faded-looking paper was instead covered in dried-up paints. Right next to that, a dresser's holding a decades-old television and retro gaming console. All in all, it reminds me of the room they'd show in older high school movies. So, where do you want? Just on the floor is fine. I gently lower Olivia to the floor, letting myself sit cross-legged next to her in the process. So, what do you think? I think it suits you. Figured you wouldn't have any chairs. I got this really soft rug and a beanbag chair over there. She gestures to the beat-up lump in the corner near a large lamp. Olivia pulls something off her bed. It's a laptop, open to a music program. But I don't recognize any of these songs or bands or albums. It's a pretty big track list. What music do you listen to? I'm sort of a closeted metalhead. Whenever I'm alone, I put some on at full blast while I do chores or art. Generator Head, Super Death, Iron Tomb, you name it. What do you listen to? Please let us get in. Don't lock us away. Mumble rap? I listen to mumble rap. If that scratches your brain, then. Anyway, my dad was super into heavy metal when I was a kid, and he got me into it. When Damian and I would be playing out in the yard and his mom would be making lunch, our dads would be in the garage blasting heavy metal while they worked on the car. Working on cars? Yep, my dad and Uncle Randy would fix up some cars. She clears her throat. I think that's the first time I've heard you call him Uncle Randy. Yeah, I call him that sometimes, along with Auntie Sophia. You call him Auntie Sophia? You're right. Your right hand comes off. What do you... Livia lunges over to chomp on my hand, and I have to take a moment to check my fingers just in case. Hey, I was joking! So was I. But yeah, I listen to a lot of this. You want to hear any? She offers me a trackpad. Anything I see, huh? Say, what kind of music is B flat? Music is a bit lame, actually. Wait here. There's actually something else. Something else? Something nobody else gets to see. I'm gonna show you my chest. Here it is, look. Olivia holds out a small wooden box. There are 2 rusted metal latches that have long since aged past their use. I can't see it quite well in the dim lighting, but I think if I were to hold it up in the sunlight, I'd see a thin layer of glittery glue coating the whole thing. It's also been painted carefully with very thoughtful attention to the tones. What could even be inside? Honestly, no guesses come to mind. Could be anything. What are you waiting for? Open it up. I carefully open the lid. Inside is Olivia's chest. I mean, a box filled with various baubles and trinkets. What is all this? It's like my own little hoard. I've been saving up lots of little things through the years. Nobody else has ever seen it. She holds the box for me to take. It's heavier than it looks. This must be some high-quality metal. With the box in hand, I sit on the end of the bed. Olivia manages to crawl her way up to the sit beside me. She reaches inside to grab... Oh, I can grab things, can I? Oh, this used to be Uncle Randy's. Does the engraving mean anything? She shakes her head with a soft smile. Not really. He said it's harder to steal and hide stuff that look unique. Really, I think he thought it looked cool and not tacky. Well, I think it looks cool. You would. What are these? Just a couple of cool rocks I found around. I like how they look, so I kept them. I grab one of the rocks and gives it a closer look. It's gray and thin brown lines all around it and smooth to the touch. It would be a perfect skipping stone. That's one of my favorites. Tastes like salt. How do you know that? I tasted it. Oh, hey. Whoa, some of these look really cool. Of course they do. I picked all these out myself. Where'd you get them? I picked one up wherever I see one. They're a dime a dozen. What the fuck are they? What's that? That's my first tooth. Wow, never seen baby dino teeth up close before. So tiny and sharp. What's that one? That's my 58th tooth. Your teeth grow back? Yours don't. Humans. Aw, I love this little guy. What's that? Let me show you. Olivia manages through the box and plucks out a tiny hexagon piece. She then places the plastic ball onto it, and before my eyes it transforms into a little robot-looking dinosaur. Oh, this is Gabukan. Dinoid to be exact. I was hooked up on the show when I was younger and always asking to get the toys for my birthday and Christmas. Vinny's got the rest of my old collection. This is one always my favorite, so I kept it. It's a picture of Olivia's chest. I mean, a picture of Olivia at the shore. This is from last summer. Dad had a weekend off, and we all went swimming together at the beach. The sun was just setting, and I decided to take a picture since it's a nice view. Plus, I felt pretty. Maybe we could go there together sometime? Maybe, yeah. She places the photo back in the box. A paintbrush? A very important paintbrush. Olivia's lips turn upward slowly as each bristle of the brush flicks away from her thumb. Though she averts her eyes from mine, I can see the green of her scaly cheeks turn red. Sorry, just got sentimental for a moment. This was the first brush I ever had. Dad gave it to me on my 5th birthday. Her tone falters lightly. Dad always asked me to make him little drawings. And every time I finished one and gave it to him, he'd tell me it looked amazing. I could barely draw a circle back then, but he'd still gush over them and she shakes her head. I think he put them in the scrapbook. I don't know, but he kept them all. Olivia looks back at me, her embarrassment turning into bashfulness. Thanks. Minutes go by as Olivia continues showing off her personal little hoard. All tiny objects that Olivia had chosen to keep with her this whole time, eagerly explaining the significance of every little piece that she'd got locked away in here. By the time we were done, she rested her muzzle on my shoulder. It's been a crazy long day and I'm pretty exhausted myself. Can you put this back on the dresser there? Sure. I gently move her off my shoulder, much to her muffled groans of protest. Then I carefully place the box where it was on the dresser. Small friend pokes my nose curiously through the bars of his cage. Hey, little guy, long time no see. Were you napping? The black and white furred Murrid replies with a series of squeaks. I like to think he's saying that he's glad to see me. Hey, Olivia. Aw. I'm pretty exhausted too. Bed definitely off limits. That leaves either the floor or the couch outside. Or that beanbag chair looks pretty inviting right now. I slump into it, the beads inside scrunching under my weight as I settle in. It's soft. It smells a bit like paint and Olivia's hair. Does Olivia lay on this while she works? As I start to drift off, the last thing my wary eyes take notice of is Olivia sleeping soundly on her bed. With how emotionally draining this whole day has been for us, it's nice to see her looking so peaceful. And that's where we're going to leave it. So thank you guys very much for joining me for this series. I hope you guys have been enjoying it. Don't forget to check out my other channel, Sinfully Pure. And if you want to support the channel, you can become a member here on YouTube and get early access to videos, or you can become a patron or subscribe star member and see uncensored stuff. Have a fantastic day, everybody. Bye.
Tonight.